The coat of arms of Finland is a crowned lion on a red field, the right foreleg replaced with an armoured hand brandishing a sword, trampling on a sabre with the hindpaws. The coat of arms was originally created around the year 1580. Background: the lion in Nordic heraldry. The heraldic lion is quite common in Western Europe, and several European countries incorporate it into the national coats of arms. In Nordic heraldry, the lion is first found in the coat of arms of Denmark in the later part of the 12th century. Starting in the 12th century, the territory of today's Finland was gradually incorporated into the Swedish kingdom, and this coincided with the period when coats of arms first came into use in Northern Europe. The first known use of the lion in Sweden was on the royal seals of Erik Knutsson and Erik Eriksson, who used 2 and 3 lions on the seal, respectively. The first king of the Folkunga family, Valdemar Birgersson, also used 3 lions on his seal. Finland as a duchy. Bengt Birgersson, the first Duke of Finland, and Valdemar Magnusson, the second Duke, both used the later Folkunga coat of arms, which was a crowned lion rampant with 3 bands sinister, the main difference being that Valdemar's arms had the field strewn with hearts. This version of the arms was quite similar to the modern coat of arms of Finland, but the lion did not yet brandish any weapon. Creation: when John III assumed the title of Grand Duke of Finland and Karelia, shortened to Grand Duke of Finland in 1577, the lion became closely associated with Finland through the Grand Ducal coats of arms. The Grand Ducal coat of arms is thought to have resulted out of a combination of the Gota lion and the arms of Karelia. The result was that the lion brandishes one weapon and treads on another. The best-known version of the Grand Ducal coat of arms is found on the tomb of Gustavus I in the Uppsala Cathedral. It has been suggested that either Duke John himself or his brother Erik XIV was leading the designed work on the heraldic signs on the tomb. Neither statement can be confirmed, but it is known that Erik XIV showed an interest in heraldry. The monument was commissioned from Guillaume Boyen, a Flemish architect and sculptor who had worked in Sweden. He started on the task in Antwerp in 1562, completing it 10 years later. However, the tomb was not in place in Uppsala until the early 1580s, and the finishing work lasted until 1591. In addition to the royal arms of Sweden and those of Finland, the arms of the 11 provinces are depicted. From Finland they include North and South Finland, as well as Tavastia and Karelia. The work of Willem Boy is of exceptional quality, which is perhaps explained by the fact that lions were a dominant feature in the heraldry of Flanders, and he would therefore have had a great deal of exposure to it before receiving the commission for the tomb of Gustavus I. The earliest known blazon from this period states that the arms of Finland represents a crowned lion of gold holding a sword in the right forepaw, and trampling with both hindpaws on a Russian sabre, surrounded by 9 silver roses in a red field, over the shield a golden crown with a red cap. As both King Gustavus I and his son, John III, were involved in lengthy wars with Russia, it should come as no surprise that this was a central element in the arms of both the Grand Duchy of Finland, and in that of the coat of arms of the Finnish province of Karelia, which symbolizes the struggle between East and West. The purpose of the 9 roses remains unknown, but are now mostly considered to be decorative only. They have sometimes been claimed to represent the 9 historical provinces of Finland, but this hypothesis has not found support among prominent scholars. The number of towns in the nominal Grand Duchy of Finland and Karelia in 1580 were also 9, but no known historical research provides support for a link between the number of roses and the number of towns in Finland in 1580. Evolution. Swedish era. During the following centuries, the arms of Finland were to appear in different versions of varying artistic quality. and it was only in the late 19th century when the Uppsala line was again taken into use as the prototype for the coat of arms of Finland. The lion experienced several changes during the 17th century. In the funeral banner of Charles X, Gustavus, it can be seen treading on the sabre with all three free paws. In drawings by Elias Brenner, it is pictured with a double tail and with an almost walking posture. Russian era after Finland had been ceded to Russia. Elias Brenner's version of the lion was chosen by the authorities as the model for the new coat of arms of the Duchy of Finland in the Russian Empire. The blazon in the decree of the 26th of October 1809 states, "The shield has a red field strewn with roses of silver, on which a golden lion with a crown of gold, standing on a silver sabre, which it grasps with the left forepaw while holding in the right forepaw an upright sword." Obviously, any interpretation of the lion as trampling on a Russian sabre had been lost at this point in time. During the reform of the Russian official heraldry in 1857, the lion was again changed on the initiative of Baron Bernhard Karl von Koner. The blazon states, "On a red field strewn with silver roses a crowned lion of gold, holding in the right forepaw an upright sword and in the left one a curved sword on which it rests with the right hindpaw." The main changes were that the lion had started to resemble a dog rather than a lion, and the crown on top of the shield had been changed to an arched crown without a cap and with a small Russian eagle on the rim. The sword in the right forepaw had shrunk in size, to the point of resembling a dagger rather than a sword. During the years when the Russian emperors attempted Russification of Finland, the use of the arms of Finland increased significantly, and eventually became popular in the broader population. The director of the Finnish National Archives, Carl August Bomanson, made the first significant study on the arms of Finland in modern times. He restored the appearance of the arms in 1886, so that it closely resembled the Uppsala lion. However, there was a slight deviation on how the lion tramples on the sabre, and the arched crown with the imperial eagle in the von Koner version was replaced with a crown similar to that of a German princely crown. This version of the arms was subsequently used in the early years of Finnish independence. Early independence during the 1920s and 1930s, the national arms became the subject of some controversy, and a debate centered on whether the lion should be replaced with a bear, which had an important place in the national folklore. Already in 1557, the bear had emerged as the emblem of Finnia septentrionalis and continues to be used as the coat of arms of Satakunta. However, outside Finland, the bear was usually regarded as a symbol of Russia. The debate was however not settled, and throughout most of the 20th century, versions of the arms were used that closely adhered to the Uppsala lion. In 1936, a state committee suggested a compromise that Finland should have a greater and a smaller coat of arms. The greater coat of arms was proposed to have two bears as supporters of the arms, with a base of spruce twigs and with the motto Vapaa, Vanka, Vakar. This would have given the bear a place in the national heraldry, but the design was never confirmed, nor was this version of the arms taken into use. Today, the blazon of the national coat of arms was finally settled in 1978, when the law of the 26th of May 1978 described the coat of arms as follows: on a red field, a crowned lion, the right forepaw replaced with an armored hand brandishing a sword, trampling on a sabre with the hindpaws. The lion, crowned and armed, the weapons hilted and the armor garnished gold, the blades and the armor silver, the field strewn with 9 roses of silver. The coat of arms appears on the Finnish state flag. The Finnish lion is also used in a wide variety of emblems of different state authorities, often modified to depict the duties of the unit of the authority. On the other hand, the Finnish municipalities and regions usually use heraldic motifs drawn from elsewhere, leaving the lion for state use. Finnish lion also appears as armed forces generals' rank insignia and in navy as part of officers' rank insignia. Bibliography. Talvio, Tuukka, The Lion of Finland, ISBN 951-616-0409.